Hello and welcome to the channel. I am your host, Travieso Americano. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the National Organization of Women. Yep, they are demanding that Coach Jon Gruden never be allowed in the NFL again because of those alleged private emails that he sent about a year and a half ago. Emails that he apologized for. Now, which brings me to my first point of this video. Never, ever apologize to these morons. Never do it. You're just giving yourself trouble down the road. It's not good. It's not going to help you. It's not going to do anything for you. But in any case, the National Organization of Women, despite the fact that Jon Gruden apologized, is demanding that Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, ban Coach Gruden for life. Lifetime ban. Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, didn't he lose his $10 million job about a year and a half ago? Yes, he did. Did anything happen in the meantime? No, it didn't. So what's facilitating this? What is pushing this new demand? I wonder why the National Organization of Women is doing this. I wonder if could it be for fundraising purposes? You think that could be it? You see, what happens is, and this is why you never apologize, you become the mark. Every time these people, these grifters, and make no mistake, the National Organization of Women are grifters, and I will prove that in this video. These grifters, every time they want money, they're going to come out and trot out your picture and make new accusations or trot out the same old accusations just so people will send them a few bucks. That's what they do. That's what con artists do, period. So that is what's going on here, I think. They've already taken the man's livelihood. What's more? Why do they need to do this? There's no really reason behind it. Maybe one of the leaders of the National Organization of Women. Maybe they want to buy that new Lamborghini that came out. I don't know. Maybe their daughter's getting married. Maybe they have a son who's going to college. Who knows? There are a lot of reasons. But this is a money grab, pure and simple. And what did they call these? They called Gruden's emails racist, homophobic, and misogynistic. I haven't read all of them, and Jon Gruden certainly shouldn't have used that kind of language in work emails. But no one is coming out and saying that he treated anybody any different. So these are thought crimes. He didn't treat his female staffers differently than his male staffers. He didn't do anything like that. Nothing like that is alleged anywhere that I have seen. So, and the basis for the misogynistic statement, and this is funny, the basis for the misogynistic statement is because he used the P word. And we all know, because Trump used the P word, anyone suffering from Trump derangement syndrome is going to be triggered every single time by the P word. However, if you applied the ban on working and a ban on earning a livelihood across the entire population of the people that have used the P word, 95% of people in 100% of countries wouldn't be able to work ever again. Lawyers wouldn't be able to lawyer. Farmers wouldn't be able to farm. That's just what it is. So get over yourself. Stop being fake offended. It's a cash grab. You're looking for weak-minded people to give you money. And here's the thing. The National Organization of Women is a Marxist and socialist organization. They don't care about women. I'm going to prove that here in the next part of this video. They don't care about women at all. They care about their Marxist and socialist political ideology. That's all they care about. That organization has been hijacked. Their ideology has been hijacked. And feminism in general has been hijacked by these people. They are not feminists. They don't care about women. You don't believe me? Let's take a look at their website. On their website, they have a section called Core Issues. On their core issues, none of them have to do specifically with women. Not a single one. You say reproductive rights. Listen, honey, it takes two to tango. All right? There's a man and a woman. You can't control everything. You don't get to control everything. There are two people it takes two people to reproduce. All right? Now, I will be conciliatory. I will be conciliatory, and I will meet you halfway because I am a uniter. I'm not a divider. Okay, I will meet you halfway. Here's what I'm going to do. If you can create a baby doing two things: one, without any male genetic material, no male genetic material, and B, no male biological material. If you can do that, then you can control all the fake babies you want. All the fake sperm babies, that's all you. Fake sperm babies, you can control, okay? But it takes two to tango. Men have rights as well, okay? And that's just the way it is. You look at the judicial system. There's a reason it's set up that way. Men have rights. Sorry, I know you don't like to hear it, but tough. Let's see more core issues. So we already know that they're big boy, the reproductive rights is of male and female. So just because a male or a female participates doesn't make it a solely female issue. LGBTQ. LGBTQ, again, just because a female can be in the group doesn't make it a woman's group or a woman's issue. LGBTQ has nothing to do with women. Again, they're hijacking. The Marxists and the socialists have hijacked. They're making you believe that when you give your money, it's going to women's issues. It's not. It's not. It's going to these core issues which have nothing to do with women. And so I would be very careful at whom you're giving your money to. But yeah, so let's see what else. What's more? Oh, take a look. Racial equality. Racial equality. Again, just because a woman is in a race, men are in a race. Men have race. Women have race. Racial equality, just because a woman is in the group doesn't make it a woman's issue. You can call it a human issue. It's not a woman's issue. It's a tangential woman's issue at best. All of these are tangential women's issues at best, at their heart. None of them have to do with the solely women's issues, problems, all those sorts of things. None of these have anything to do with it. But you're being hoodwinked into believing that they do. And finally, I almost forgot, the Equal Rights Amendment. I want you to think about that. Equal Rights Amendment. Not a woman's issue. Again, just because a woman is a gender doesn't make something that a woman is involved in a solely woman's issue. Now, they may have a stake in that game. They have a stake in all those issues. But those aren't women's issues. Those are issues in which women participate, which is a very different thing, sadly. And we'll get into a little bit more of the somber repercussions of the actions of the National Organization of Women here in a little bit. We'll wait till the end for that because it is a little bit somber. And we're going to have a little bit more fun making fun of these idiots as we go. So these Marxists have hijacked a whole organization. They claim feminism has something to do with racial equality, LGBTQ. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. Equal rights. Okay, everybody's equal, but that's a solely you thing. It's like saying creating a baby is solely a woman thing. It's of course absurd and biologically null and void in terms of intellectually. But okay, anyway, so now that I've proven that they don't care about women and that their core issues have nothing to do with women's issues, because they don't, they're tangentially connected, that's all. Giving money to the National Organization of Women is like going to a restaurant, ordering a New York strip steak rare, and getting a microwaved turnip. Yes, both are technically edible, but the two are very, very, very different food items at very, very different prices. So you're not getting what you paid for. And it's a grift. They're taking your money and using it for their socialist and political movements that have nothing to do with helping women. Absolutely nothing. All right. So let's take a look at their management team. Let's see what the kind of trouble they're getting into. And see if they are representing the values they espouse. So recently in New Jersey, the entire leadership team of the National Organization of Women in New Jersey resigned. They all resigned en masse at one time. And why did these people do that? Why did these geniuses, these Einsteins do that? Here's their reasoning. And these are their words, so I'm sorry for the poor sentence construction. Though we have tried our attempts to root out the internalized patriarchy. What does that mean? Men. They hate men. And white feminism. They hate white people. That has long been at the core of our own organization have not been met with success. I know that's a mouthful, and I butchered it as well, but they didn't write it very well, or they didn't say it very well. Let me read it again. Though we have tried our attempts to root out the internalized patriarchy and white feminism that has long been at the core of our own organization have not been met with success. So the leadership in their own organization are saying that they're part of the patriarchy and that they're racist. I mean, this is silly. And this is what these leftist whack jobs do. I mean, these people are insane. They attack themselves. They're cannibalistic. They eat their own. I mean, it's funny. The end of the story isn't funny as to where it goes, but this part of it's hilarious. They're attacking their own. They're eating their own. And because they don't have control. Because someone has an opinion that this specific leadership didn't like. They didn't like that opinion, so they took their toys and went home. They called people names. They tried to bully people. And that's another point of this video. If you're on the left, don't try to bully someone on the right. It's not going to end well for you. I know you like to bully people and you try, but you guys are idiots. It just doesn't work. It's a bad luck. Anyway, so what they're doing is trying to use the media to take their toys, go home, and bully them into getting their way. That's just silly. That is absolutely stupid. So they've left. They've left their organization, and they've said that their organization is filled with internalized patriarchy and white feminism. Well, what does internalized patriarchy mean besides they hate men? It's very misandrous. Very misandrous. This whole thing is the whole organization is very misandrous. I mean, what they're saying is they don't like men. And it's a catch-all. It's a catch-all magic word for the media that says they don't have to provide any evidence. They don't have to back up their statements. They just have to say internalized patriarchy, and the media gives it a thumbs up, a wink, and a nod, and it's all good to go. There's no evidence of this. They haven't provided any evidence. They're not making an argument. They're just calling names. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. I mean, this is absurd. White feminism, same thing. Buzzwords. The media knows what they're trying, or knows that they don't have any evidence of this, because if you have evidence, you put forth the evidence. You want to put forth the strongest argument you have, unless you're stupid. If you're stupid, you don't put forth the strongest argument. But as a former attorney, I would say that in almost any circumstance, you want to put forth the strongest argument you have, and they don't have one, and the media knows it. However, if you go to the media and you're on the other side, you have a different opinion than the media and their narrative likes. If you have a different opinion than that, you can provide them with a whole host of evidence and backed up claims, and they'll call you a conspiracy theorist. You can prove it to them. You can show it written in a book, and they'll still say, nope, that's not the case. That's not the case. So, and it's all to protect themselves, to protect their narrative, to protect the political ideologies of the people that run these mainstream news network media outlets and news networks. That's just the way it is. So I keep talking about the repercussions of this, and they're here, they're real. And it's sad, and I left this to the end on purpose because it's a serious note, and it requires some delicacy in speaking about it. Since Roe v. Wade was taken down and babies are free to be born without women attacking them and killing them, and without being murdered, pregnancy centers across the country are being attacked. They're being vandalized. They're being firebombed. One of these organizations that's firebombing is called Jane's Revenge. They take responsibility. They threaten the workers there. They make physical threats to the safety of the workers, to the safety of the people that go there, to the safety of the practitioners, to the building itself, to the property, to everything. And they have followed through. They have followed through. You don't hear this on the news. You don't hear about Jane's Revenge. Have you heard about Jane's Revenge, the domestic terrorists? Now, you heard all about the kid or the parents of children in Virginia who didn't want their kids learning about homosexuality in school and kindergarten. They were deemed domestic terrorists. You heard all about those people. You don't hear anything about the people firebombing pregnancy centers. Now, what are pregnancy centers? Pregnancy centers are are women. They are specifically a woman's issue, and they should be protected, and the women that go there should be protected. And the National Organization of Women should be ashamed of themselves collectively and individually for what they're doing. They're putting these women's lives in danger. Women who had the courage to go out and have a baby, who didn't just go kill it because they had sex indiscriminately. I'm not judging people for doing that. But killing off an innocent baby isn't the answer, and not taking responsibility for the consequences of your actions isn't either. So, in any case, the National Organization of Women hasn't said, to my knowledge, a word about these firebomb pregnancy centers. They're probably, in all likelihood, cheering them on. No, the National Organization of Women is too busy to help women. They're too busy demanding that Jon Gruden never work in the NFL again to be worried about pregnancy centers being firebombed. Thanks for watching today. Sorry for the somber note at the end, but hopefully you'll like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And if you're someone on the left that didn't like what we have to say, what I had to say, well, always remember, we never forget. Have a good one.